Whew. Good morning, Toasty. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to be working with some tools today. I have some battery powered um, trimmers and good morning, trimmers and pruners, and I'm going to be working on this side of the bed. It's over here, but it's the side that you rarely see. I've got some things overgrowing over there. That side of the house has, how would I describe the amount of this? Um, Gigantic, enormous, large. It has huge amounts of ivy that grows on that side of the house. At some point, I believe underneath all of that ivy, there is a retaining wall of sorts that at the time when someone first did the landscaping, they're like, "Ooh, we'll probably have ivy draping over this and it'll be beautiful." Well, that retaining wall, I've never seen it. I know it's there because there is, you could just tell by the way the ivy goes up the hill. And so I know there's something under there. I am not the person who's going to go down there and pull all that back to see. There's just way too much. But I am going to cut it. Man, he is going back to back. Okay, now he's eating. I'm just going to cut it so that our walking path through there is clear. I'm going to prune a lot of, like twigs and spindly things through there. One of the problems we have with this house is airflow because we live in such a heavily treed town and neighborhood. There's not a lot of airflow. There's not a lot of airflow around my house because of that. So I'm going to be working on my trees. So first I'm going to do what I can with the tools that I have, and then I will call in the professionals when I have the funds to do so and cut trees back from around the perimeter of that side of the house. These trees are old and big, and they drop just tons, and I want to say pounds and pounds and pounds of leaves and seeds and all kind of stuff on our house. And on top of that, our house is, the outside is made of wood. We have wood like panels, and they're painted, and the prior owners used interior paint to paint outside of our house. And I know that because, one, I found the cans of paint. The can said interior, and then they wrote on the can exterior white paint, which explains a lot because on that side of the house where we have really bad airflow, the paint is peeling, and in the front of the house, our gutters were clogged, and in the front where the water was dripping, the paint's peeling there too. So we've got some work to do, but I think one of the important things is opening up the airflow to the house so that when it is windy, that wind can dry up the house. There are a couple of spots in the front where it's green, like a green mossy. It's not mossy yet, but it's green and it's growing on the outside of the house. That I could probably wipe off. It's just a couple of little spots, but I noticed it. Normal people probably wouldn't notice it. So it's very important to make sure that I am making space for air to flow through my property and not not allowing it to become a complete jungle where nothing can get through. So that's what I'm going to work on today. I'm just going to work on that side solely, but I'm sure I'm going to get distracted and we will probably do a bunch of other things. But I'm going to drink my coffee first and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So the brand new microphone that I got from Amazon has failed during this part of the video, but basically I'm dragging the branches over to the chicken coop. My chickens get any like big enough size, something like this, a little smaller. They get those fresh branches put into their run. And I do this because it's something interesting for them. So they can pick bugs off the leaves, they can climb on it, they can hide in it. I love big branches like this for them also because it does provide extra shade, extra hiding spaces from shade or from each other. And it's entertainment. So obviously being in a run all day can be boring. So you want to provide them with, something interesting. It can be literally anything, but provide them with something, change it up regularly. They're basically like 1-year-olds, 1-year-old kids. They want something to look at, something to explore, and providing fresh branches throughout the year is, pretty exciting for them, especially when they are fully leafed out. They love it. So when the evenings come, so like I would say around 2 and later in the day, that sun starts pouring in from a certain angle, and having branches with leaves on them will provide more shade for the chickens in the summertime. And especially like when you've got heavy overhead sun or sun that is coming in very strongly from a certain angle, these leaves are great because they can hide under them. It'll provide the shade and the coolness to help them cool down this summer. And chickens can overheat. So just providing that overhead cover like I do, and then over here is where the sun comes in, so definitely providing the leaves and the shade will help keep them cool this summer. Chickens do pant like
Like you would see a dog that got hot will start panting. Cats outside, they'll start panting to cool themselves down. They'll lift out their wings, and that's how you know. And they'll have their mouth open. They'll be breathing through there. That's how they cool themselves down. That is not necessarily a cause to be concerned, but that does let you know that your chickens are hot, and you do want to provide them with some areas to cool off. Even if your chicken's free range, they will look for cooler spaces to sit. I still have a lot of work to do on this side of the house, but I think I'm going to tackle the ivy on a different day, just because cutting all these branches, moving them, is I'm already getting overheated. Plus, I put on sweatpants, which was an absolute mistake. But you know, I figured I was going to be cutting down branches and stuff. I really have a fear of ticks this summer. One, because my dog came up with Lyme disease this summer. And then I had a tick on me that I had to like pull off, which was traumatizing. I've never had to do that before. So I put on the pants just to help with extra protection, but it is just so humid and muggy and hot already. You know, even before 7 a.m., it is so hot outside. So the bulk of what I'm cutting down are rows of Sharon bushes. They actually are looking more like trees now, and they were here before I was here. And this year is the second year that I've given them a prune. I actually intended to cut the shrubs down by half, and I didn't do that. I will probably go back and cut them in half with a different tool, because I'm a little bit afraid of that chainsaw tool on the pole. I just, it was just, it was a little scary for me. So I'm going to go back with the pruners and see what I can do with that. But I'm hoping giving these bushes a rejuvenating prune will help them flower more, because most of the flowers were like really high up, like really tall. So we didn't really get to see a ton of that, but hopefully doing that and then clearing out the like spindly things, the dead things, the broken branches and things will help give a better look and better airflow to that space. So I'm just adding more branches in for the chickens, and I'm putting it on that side where the sun does come in the afternoon and makes it a lot more hot for them. But another thing that I do is I put ice in their water, or ice packs to help keep their water cool for most of the day. When it's hot like this, you want to change that water out every single day, because yesterday's water is going to be warm. So you want to make sure you provide cool water. Even if you didn't want to change out the water, just add like ice to it. You can freeze water bottles of like you can freeze 2 liters of water bottles with water, and just put them in their in the areas where they spend the most time. If they want to lay down near them to cool off, they can. I'm actually going to freeze an empty jug of milk with water, and put it in their coop to help provide extra coolness in there. Their coop has a green top to it, which helps that coop reflect heat. But I mean, it's still a coop that's sitting in the sun, so it gets warm in there. So any little thing that I can do to help them out while they're in there laying, or in the evenings, that's what I want to do for them, just to make their time outside easier as well. So here are my potato plants, at least some of them. I have some in this bed and that bed over there. They have begun to flower, and they are getting quite tall, and they are blocking out a lot of light from other plants, especially in this bed. So I Googled it. It said it was okay to prune them, and that it can help put more energy into making more potatoes, which is what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and prune these guys down. The flowers are actually quite cute. You know, they're not like bad looking flowers. but I also would rather have potatoes, more potatoes than flowers. So let's go ahead and prune. Looks pretty good. So I'm taking them down by about half. I don't want to take too much, but they have so many like nodes that they're going to branch off and produce more leaves and branching pretty soon. I can already tell. This one especially is huge. Let's take this down. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, I think it looks really good. These guys, let me show you real quick. See how they have these baby leaves growing out of this crack right here? These guys are what will grow out and become more branching. Since I snipped this off, these will wake up and start getting bigger. But what my hope is that it'll put more energy into producing more potatoes for me as opposed to producing more leaves. But it's pretty early in the season, so we do have time for bulk production, potato production. So we'll see how it goes. If you guys have done this before to your potatoes, let me know how it went, or let me know if I'm making the biggest, or if I have made the biggest mistake in potato growing.
So I think we got a respectable amount of stuff done today. So I'm gonna call it a morning because it's starting to heat up out there, and I'm getting like my nose is draining, I'm getting itchy, and I feel prickly. I'm feeling prickly everywhere, so I am gonna go in. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this video. I'm just gonna have to talk over them. Let me know if you have any questions about this video. Let me know about the potatoes and pruning them and what your experience was. And I'll see you guys in the next video.